The reminder text arrives at 8:14 in the morning. This is a reminder of your appointment tomorrow at 3:40 p.m. You read it while brushing your teeth, and before you've even rinsed, you've already decided you're not going. Not decided exactly. More like agreed to something your body proposed on your behalf. There's a deadline tomorrow. There's always a deadline. You'll reschedule. You've rescheduled before. You wake up with your jaw already tight. Not sore. Not yet, just tight, the way a fist is tight before it's a fist. You don't notice this. Nobody notices a jaw. You notice the coffee, the traffic app, the shirt that needs ironing. Your hand goes to your neck at a red light, and you rub it once, absently, the same motion you'd use to swat a fly, and then the light turns green, and your hand goes back to the wheel. At your desk, your shoulders sit an inch higher than they did a year ago. Nobody measured this. It happened the way water rises in a glass you're not watching, one small pour at a time, so slowly that the glass never once looked like it was filling. You'd tell anyone who asked that you feel fine. And you'd mean it. That's the part nobody warns you about, that you can mean it and still be wrong. Lunch is a granola bar eaten over a keyboard, 3 bites in, phone buzzing, and you tell yourself you'll eat properly tonight. You almost believe it. By 6, you're too tired to cook, so tonight becomes tomorrow, and tomorrow has already learned to become the day after. This is not laziness. This is not a character flaw. This is just what happens when 100 small no's quietly overrule the one big yes you keep meaning to get around to. The clinic calls to confirm the reschedule. You let it go to voicemail, not out of avoidance, you'd say, just because you're in the middle of something. You are always, conveniently, in the middle of something. Around 10 that night, lying flat, you notice your breathing is shallow, high in your chest instead of low in your belly, and for exactly 4 seconds you think about that. Then a notification lights the ceiling and the thought is gone, replaced by something easier to hold. Here's the part you'd defend if anyone brought it up. Maybe you're just busy. Everyone's tired right now. It's not just you, it's the season, it's the job, it's the year. Maybe this is simply what your late 20s feel like, or your 30s, or whichever decade you happen to be standing in when the ache finally gets loud enough to notice. It's a reasonable thing to think. It might even be partly true. But reasonable thoughts are exactly the kind that let you keep walking past the same warning for years without once turning your head. 3 months pass this way, which is to say, nothing happens, which is to say, everything happens quietly in the register just below your attention. Then for a while, it gets better. You actually book the appointment again, and this time you go. The doctor listens, runs a few standard checks, tells you nothing looks alarming, suggests you keep an eye on the tightness in your jaw and the tension in your shoulders, and sends you home with nothing more urgent than a suggestion to rest more. You take this as a verdict of health rather than a note left in the margins. You feel lighter for 11 straight days. You tell a friend, almost proud, that you finally got checked out and everything's fine. You'd like this to be the ending. It isn't. The 11 days end the way most quiet improvements end, without a single dramatic moment. A deadline moves up. A relative gets sick. One night you skip the walk you'd promised yourself, and it feels so small, so forgivable, that you don't even register it as a decision. It's just one night. And it is one night, right up until it's most nights again, and the jaw finds its old tightness like a key finding its lock. The pattern never left. It just borrowed the doctor's reassurance for a couple of weeks and let you think you'd won. By the 4th month, there's a new sound in your body, low and specific, a dull heat behind your sternum after meals that you decide is stress or coffee or nothing. You don't call to ask about it. Calling would make it real, and you have a version of real you're already carrying, and you don't have room for another one right now. You start noticing you're gripping the steering wheel harder than the driving requires. You start noticing your fists are closed, even when you're not doing anything with your hands. You start noticing, and then, within a breath or two, you stop noticing the way you always do. Because noticing costs something, and you're already spending everything you have just getting through the day standing up. A second reminder text arrives, a routine follow-up this time. Nothing urgent, just a 6-month check-in the receptionist mentioned on your way out. You look at it, mean to reply, and set the phone face down on the counter. Tomorrow, you think. Definitely tomorrow, the way you've thought it for months. Nobody would call any single one of these choices a mistake. Skipping a walk isn't a mistake. Eating standing up isn't a mistake. Letting a routine follow-up sit unanswered for a week isn't a mistake. Each one, alone, is almost nothing. You'd have done the same thing. Anyone would have done the same thing. That's exactly why it works. There's a particular kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from doing too much. It comes from ignoring too much for too long, which takes its own quiet, constant effort. The effort of looking slightly to the left of something every single day, so you never have to look straight at it. You've been doing that with your body the way some people do it with a relationship they already know is over. Not lying exactly, just declining gently, again and again, to walk back into that waiting room and ask the question you already know the answer to. Around month 6, someone close to you says you look tired, and you say you're fine. And the strange thing is, you're not even performing when you say it. You've said it enough times that it's stopped being a sentence and started being a reflex. The same way your hand goes to your neck at red lights without you deciding to send it there. The chest heat comes more often now. So does the thing in your jaw. So does the flatness in your breathing that used to only show up at night and now shows up standing in line at the grocery store for no reason you could name, over nothing at all. You start keeping a mental list of small workarounds instead of one real appointment, a different pillow, skipping coffee after 2, a stretch you saw someone do online. Each fix treats the newest symptom and leaves the actual pattern completely alone, the way patching one loose brick does nothing for a wall that's leaning as a whole. You feel productive doing this. You are not. One evening, months later, you're getting a glass of water, and you catch your reflection in the dark kitchen window, and for one unguarded second, you see how you're standing. Shoulders up, jaw set, hand pressed flat against your sternum without you telling it to go there. You don't recognize the posture as anything, not right away. It just looks like a person standing in a kitchen. You look away and fill the glass. Your phone buzzes on the counter beside the glass. Another reminder, the third one now, the same 6-month follow-up pushed back so many times it's technically overdue by a year. You read it standing there in the dark, water glass sweating in your hand, and you don't reach for tomorrow this time. You think, how long has that actually been sitting there? You open the calendar, and for the first time you don't scroll past the date. You just look at it.